We have an historic blackout underway in Northern California. Millions of people are without power right now after a massive PG&E public safety power shutoff. That's why we're asking, are you angry about the shutoffs? Governor Newsom thinks you should be, saying the company must upgrade and fix its technology so customers don't face anything like this again.
Understandably so. Okay, so here's the deal. PG&E is trying to stay on the safe side with this one because there's some dangerous fire weather, and that wet weather will allow fires to start and then spread pretty quickly. That's what you need to know. That's something PG&E is desperately trying to avoid.
Yeah, and that means millions of people can go without power. A lot of people just like me, no school, had to bring my child to work today, so really worried about what's going to happen.
Laura says power out for 2 hours now in Pine Grove. Bill says power just went out in Pollock Pines. Lisa says my power's out. I'm in Colfax. Melissa says what wind? All is quiet in western Yolo County. Let's take you to PG&E's outage map. All the areas in purple are cities and towns without juice. You can see it covers an area from San Francisco to the Sierra. We can send you a link to this map. Just text POWER to 916-321-3310. Keep in mind, PG&E's website went up and down overnight because so many people are logging on trying to get all that information. We are here to provide you with all the information as it comes into our newsroom. We have been on it and live all night long. All right, let's begin our daily blend coverage. Local and national headlines. Obviously, the wind is the major factor today with more shutoffs to come. Rob?
That's right. And I just want to highlight one thing, and this is a perfect example of what I'll be talking about all morning long. I'm out here in the Gilmore backyard in Sacramento. There's no wind, yet we're having power outages all over the place. The wind and the weather at your house does not matter when it comes to power outages. What matters is the wind and the weather and what's coming anywhere along these big transmission lines. That's what they're looking at. And transmission lines are almost always in very windy prone areas like ridge tops, canyons, and passes. So I'll explain this a little bit later on because I know it's frustrating and we're going to get this question all morning long and really for the next couple of days. But let me just talk about the weather for the moment. This all ends at the same time. There's an end to this. We need to know that. At Thursday, 5 p.m., the winds should calm down, but it's going to start in a staggered way. First of all, Sierra foothills. Not really till 8 o'clock tonight did the strong winds occur in that location, but for the valley and the Bay Area earlier. Essentially right now we have a red flag warning, and this does include Southern California. You will hear endlessly about PG&E, and that matters for us in Northern California, but people are getting their power shut off in Southern California as well with their power companies due to the same reasons. They're worried about transmission lines having issues and starting wildfires. It's happened down south as well. Okay, let's go ahead and kick off the wind. We are starting to see it kick in. An hour ago, it was completely calm. We're seeing some breezy conditions, and remember the genesis of all this is we're going from essentially 90 degrees to the 70s within one day. So that difference of temperature and the cool air moving in is what's spawning all of the wind. I want to time out specifically when it's going to get windier. A couple hours from now, you're really going to notice it in the valley, but not for the Sierra. But by later on today, everybody's in this mix, and the strongest winds are right there. Late in the middle of the night when most people are sleeping, between tonight and early tomorrow morning, that's when we have the highest concern. And remember, it's not just about power outages. There are dozens of ways a fire could start, and the next 2 days, anything that starts will grow quickly. That's why we have a red flag warning. Walt?
All right, very, very busy day, and as you mentioned, Rob, through Thursday evening, wow, it's on. Rob, thank you. Let's check in now with Carlos Herrera. He's live in Auburn, where more than 16,000 customers are in the dark. Carlos?
Yeah, they're all waking up in the dark this morning. It'll be probably hours, even days before they actually have electricity in their homes and in their businesses. I'm at the Arco gas station here in Auburn, right off of the Dry Creek Road and Highway 49 intersection. Very busy intersection. Actually, one of the main gas stations before people head out of Auburn and head north on Highway 49. You can see here pumps are off. Of course, lights are off, and you can see the food mart also closed there. That intersection you see over there with the flashing lights, that's Highway 49 and Dry Creek Road. We've seen a lot of people pull into this gas station trying to fill up this morning. That's not going to happen, probably. We spoke with a business owner. In fact, he was here with his employees since midnight trying to load up a pickup truck with all the frozen goods so he can save them and have them not all go to waste, actually. He's expecting power to be off for the rest of the week, but he's not only concerned about his business, but also for drivers in this area because a lot of people who live in Auburn commute to work. Here's what he had to say.
It will be, I think, next couple of hours. Right now, usually we get really busy about 4 o'clock or so, 5 o'clock.
So you're prepared for this?
No, not really.
No.
Yeah, it's the first time ever happened.
And take a look here out live at this gas station. This is what we've seen all morning long. Cars, big rigs trying to pull up, confused about what exactly is going on, trying to fill up. Unfortunately, this might be hours, even days, Walt, before they actually can gas up in Auburn.
Yeah, pretty serious situation. Although I say, Carlos, if that Lagunitas truck behind you has a problem with the offloading his stuff because it's going to go bad, I think he's going to have a lot of people who are going to stop by and offer to take his load. All right, Carlos.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, absolutely. Carlos, thank you. He's in Auburn. Giacomo Luca is now at Cal OES headquarters with that angle. Giacomo.
Well, right now we are awaiting officials from the California Governor's Office of Emergency Services to come in later this morning to give some updates on this red flag event and the high wind event that is expected to be hitting the region later today. Now, one of the things I wanted to talk to you all about is the big question everyone's getting now that the power is off is, when is it going to come back on? Well, we don't exactly know that answer just yet, but I can tell you some of the factors that will play into whether or not and how long it may take for the power to get turned back on. Well, PG&E, they have to inspect all of the equipment anytime a power shutoff happens. They have to make sure that things are safe to turn back on, which means that they bring crews out, they inspect miles and miles of lines to make sure they're okay, and oftentimes, as we've seen in these previous shutoffs, it could take at least a day, maybe a couple days longer, especially given the high number of customers that are out right now. Walt?
We implement the public safety power shutoff as a last resort. And we really appreciate our customers, our community's patience as we continue to work hand in hand, in unison, as one community to face this unprecedented wildfire risk that our state and our service territory is facing related to wildfires.
Now, the company has also mentioned that it's doing a lot more than just these preemptive shutoffs to prevent the possibility and risk of wildfire. They're also working to clear vegetation and better maintain their power lines to potentially prevent having to do any more of these shutoffs in the future. But of course, when these high wind events come in, safety is the word that they're looking at, and that is what they are trying to keep all of their customers safe today. Walt?
Okay, Giacomo Luca outside Cal OES, which will open up within the hour, and Giacomo's going to get more information directly from them. A lot of areas without power trying to decide whether to keep schools open during the outage. Classes, though, are canceled for a number of schools, including Amador County Unified, El Dorado Union, Rescue Union, Stony Creek Joint Unified, some schools in Marysville Joint Unified, Big Lagoon, Southern Humboldt Unified, Esparto Unified. And in the Bay Area, we've learned classes are canceled for Solano Community College, UC Berkeley, Mills College. We're keeping tabs on all the school districts in the area. You can find an updated list on our website, abc10.com. Kirsten.
All right, 5:08 right now. Some of you still have power, but you might be in an area that could lose power later today. So here's what you need to know to get ready. Update your contact information with PG&E. Also, create a safety plan for your family and include your pets in that one. Make an emergency kit that includes food and water, and make sure your phones and other devices are charged. Now, if you have a generator, make sure that it works, and you need to learn how to manually open your garage. Also, keep a battery-powered radio nearby, and always have cash on hand, and it's time to fill up before the power goes out. All right, so PG&E is planning to open resource centers in communities that lost power. They are free places to go to charge your phone and get some AC because it's still kind of warm outside. They have room for 100 people at each location, and they'll be open this morning at 8 a.m. until 6 o'clock tonight for as long as these outages last. We have a full list of locations on our website, abc10.com. Now, these PG&E power shutoffs are limited to Northern California, but more hundreds of thousands of people could lose power in Southern California today, too. Southern California Edison says that they may shut off power to to 173,000 customers because of elevated fire danger, with more than 50,000 of those outages in Los Angeles County.
You live or work in the Fairfield-Vacaville area, we have almost 18,000 people without power. So if you find a stoplight not working, you need to treat that as a four-way stop. We have a community resource center in Solano County. This is on Leisure Town Road. So if you live or work in the Vacaville area, you're going to see extra traffic in that area. Auburn also almost 16,000 people without power as well. That means you're going to see slower drive times near their community resource center on High Street as well, and traffic lights will be out. You have to treat that as a four-way stop. Tracy to Livermore, 205 to 580. We are looking at 40 minutes right now. If you're headed out on 50, watch out. El Dorado Hills, some places without power as well. Traffic is moving. You better believe I'll let you know when it changes.
All right, thank you for having our back, Brittany. Millions of people could be in the dark for days, but does PG&E really need to turn off the power to prevent another forest fire?
What will it take to get the lights back on? A closer look at what the utility needs to do before it restores power.